Those little cottages where hill farmers live by themselves, just them, the sheep, the cows, the fields and the rain. And they always paint their doors red or yellow or bright blue, as if to say, don't forget me, I am here, I am here, I am here, come call on me. So I couldn't live there. Penance. And still they live in unforgiven places, on the sides of arthritic hills, where low walls hide the sea, and the sea hides the dead. Though the dead still whisper in their silent grave, I am cold, I am cold. Enough bog here to stoke the fires of hell, and stones, so many, you'd think they grew in the soil, though nothing ever grows. God knows there was more wood on Calvary. This morning, on a high road beyond Cleggan, I passed the ruins of a deserted cottage, and a ruined cottage that looked deserted. Only a man eyed me. I asked him where the road went. To the end, he said. To the end, and shut it off. I was reading in Melbourne one time in a place called the Art House. I think it was called the Art House. And when I read this poem and other love poems, this huge, when it was over and I came down into, like here, I was walking along and this huge big Australian biker, about this height, he stood in front of me and he says, how can you do that to yourself? How can you stand on a stage and read love poetry? And I was just about to be, I was expecting to be hit. So I had to think quickly. And he was standing there, this huge 6'5", black leather tattooed, beardy guy. And he had an Australian beer. They drink these little tiny beers in tea cozies. And all I could say to him was, pointing at his beer and his belly, how can you do that to yourself? A big fella like you with a tea cozy on your pint. Well, if I was going to be hit, I was going to go out fighting. So he says, oh no, he says, I have a little thing on it to keep it cool. So I said, thinking very fast, in Ireland we drink in big glasses and we don't drink that slowly. Would you like a pint? I wasn't going to be hit when I was buying him drink. So I brought him over and we sat there the rest of the night. And what happened was, after he had enough pints to reveal the truth, he told me that he actually liked one of my poems. And actually, he was worried that having liked the poem, it questioned his sexuality. So anytime I read this poem, I always think of that guy, because it was him who told me, this is a love poem. And I wrote it one time in the west of Ireland. My wife had rented a cottage for 2 weeks. And right in the middle of these 2 weeks, she got a call and she had to go back to Dublin. And I was leaping into the car. Oscar Wilde is the one who said, it's very easy to be good in the country. There's nothing to do. And I was in that frame of mind. I've been a week with sheep and cows and wolves, right? I wanted to go home. And but we had paid for it. And this is the difference in mind, isn't it? She said to me, you stay and get the value of the place. I stay. And then she said one of the cruelest lines she's ever said to me. When I said, what will I do for 3 days by myself? And she said, can't you look out the window? Isn't that what you do for a living?